Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here. Very special day in the history of this historic franchise. It's KP Day in LA, as we like to introduce Kelsey Plum here as the newest member of the Los Angeles Sparks. You can clap, it's all good.
Damn.
Special thank you to all of you here in attendance, all of the media in attendance, those of you joining at home and on Zoom as well. I am Rashawn Haylock, the play-by-play announcer for your Los Angeles Sparks. It's our day. It's our day. It's our day. We also like to welcome our newest partner, Albert, the official jersey patch partner of the Los Angeles Sparks as well.
Come on, Christine. Come on.
You'll see Albert's presence here today from the step and repeat behind me to its new home on the Sparks jerseys. And we have some very special people here on stage today. First, our general manager, Reagan, you and your team. What a thing you've done here for the Sparks and for Sparks fans, for Sparks Nation. Reagan Peebley, turn it over to you for some opening remarks.
Thank you. We're always going to start it out with gratitude, right? You guys should know that with us. That is a cultural pillar of ours. And want to thank all of you for being here. Want to thank you for just everything that you've done for our organization, how you've stood in the Delta with us. I want to thank our players that are here. This is all about our players. Everything we do is about really just reaching a standard of excellence that you all deserve. Definitely want to recognize and thank our ownership and just the partnership and support that I've received. And I know that, again, your whole mission is providing these women with a platform that goes beyond what we do on this court. So I thank you so much. We wouldn't be in this moment without you. My partner in crime, Christine Manger, our president. Man, what a week you have had. And to be able to stand by your side and watch everything that you've been doing to elevate this organization to the vision that you have is truly inspiring. And I know we have other Sparks staff that's been here. This is a staff that I'm just humbled to be a part of. They don't just work in LA, they are a part of LA. They believe in LA and what this city's about. And I just am thankful that I get to be amongst them. We are here today for this one right here. And Kelsey Plum's not here without, I think, a lot of other pieces that go into place. We want to recognize and honor, the Aces in Seattle. There was a partnership that went in to make this happen. Also, the team that surrounds Kelsey and the people that have poured into her, both personally and professionally. We're not here without them, and I know many of them are here today. And Lynn Roberts, our head coach, she is an incredible partner for myself and this organization and building this team and this organization and building the culture that we are after, a culture of excellence and empowerment, one that the city of Los Angeles will hold in the highest regard. So with Kelsey Plum, I just want to say, I think as a former coach, somebody who actually recruited her, but she never answered my call. But she was locked up pretty early by Mike Neighbors at Washington. But definitely, this is a woman that you can trace the destiny of every drop of sweat that she has poured into this game. Whether it's been in San Diego, it's been in Seattle, it's been in Las Vegas, you see the immediate results of her work. It's not just that she's there, it's the work that she stands on. She is not about the glitz and the glam. She is about the work and holding herself to an accountability standard that really influences and inspires everyone else to do the same. And we knew we needed someone like that, not just in our backcourt, but in our locker room, in our city. And to have Kelsey here to have the partnership that she's had with De'Erica Hamby, we wanted that leadership with De'Erica as well, and who she is as a person and what she's meant to this organization. We could not have asked for anything better than Kelsey Plum. So with that, welcome to LA, Kelsey, and we are excited about the days to come. Absolutely.
Thank you, Reagan. Now we'd like to turn it over to our new head coach,
Come on now.
Lynn Roberts.
Come on now.
Lynn,
Come on.
I know coaches want all the good players. You certainly got one to your right.
I do. Well, thank you. I appreciate you all being here. This is a great day for our franchise and for this organization. Having come from college and in the Pac-12, I have known Kelsey painfully, being on the other side for a long time. In fact, I will tell you the story. We're playing at UW, and we're driving in the bus over before the game, and someone on our staff said, "Oh man, Plum needs 53 to break the all-time scoring record in college basketball." And I was like, "She's not getting 53 on us." And she didn't. She got 57. So it was a great day for the Huskies, and I'm still seeing our game on ESPN when they talk about the record, so thank you.
Sorry, Coach.
That was awesome. So now it's great to have her in our locker room and with our team. I echo Reagan's comments about the direction of our franchise and just kind of the vibe and who we have on our roster. De'Erica and Cam are here, and those are two huge pillars of what we're about. And in terms of what we needed, we knew we needed that lead guard that can absolutely play and score and lead and all those things. But Kelsey's she's a competitor at heart. If I could think of one word, she's a competitor, and that's what we need. So I want our team to get back where it belongs. That's why I'm here, and that's why Kelsey's here. We've had some good conversations, and I can't wait to get started. So welcome, KP.
Thanks, Coach.
And now, for the woman of the hour, Plum Dog, KP. It's KP Day in LA. One of my favorite stories. I'm very fortunate to be able to have called some of your games, Kelsey. And one thing that play-by-play announcers will tell you, the great ones challenge you. And you certainly do that. And one of my fondest memories, I was doing USC games at the time, and Kelsey came in there with Washington. They were top 10 team in the country, and quiet first quarter. And, okay, SC's in this thing. All right, we got a chance. They called a foul against Kelsey. She didn't like it. She let the ref have it. And what I didn't know at the time was it was something else that happened. Someone from USC was talking a little bit of noise, and Kelsey just went off. She scored 13 of the next 15. She ended up with 35. It was a runaway, and that was my first Kelsey Plum moment. And ever since then, you've just been dazzling all of us with your play. And last time she wore purple, worked out pretty well. Now she's in the right colors. Welcome to LA, Kelsey.
Wow. I'm so grateful to be here, and I'm just in awe a little bit. So I have so many people to thank. I want to start by thanking God. He's always directed my steps, and I remember making this choice to come to LA, and He put it in my spirit, and He made it very clear. And I'm so grateful to be reunited with Dee, to play with people like Cam and Rakia, and I could continue to go on the list. But I know for me, like I said, I want to thank my agent, Zach, for helping me in this process and just being instrumental in his wisdom. I want to thank my family. I want to thank my mom just for her love and support. I'm from 90 minutes away-ish, depending on the traffic. And I remember coming to Sparks game as a kid, and my mom would take me, and I'm just super grateful for your love and support. And No, thanks for being here today, Heather. But really, this day, they call it KP Day, but I think this is just a day for the Sparks and this franchise. The ownership and the legacy that this franchise has had, I'm very well aware, and I understand that, like Coach said and Reagan said, like, we're here to compete. So there's expectations to win right away. And I know for me, there is a level of intensity and work ethic that I do bring to the table, but really just I'm grateful for this opportunity to show that being one of the best players in the world and just taking this franchise back to where it's been and where it will continue to go. So again, I just want to thank ownership support, and really just means a lot that everyone's here. And it's a new day in LA, so we're gonna hoop.
That's it. That's it.
Thank you, Kelsey. Time now for questions and answers. I'll turn it over to Joshua Fishman, who'll be taking your questions. Any questions that you have for Coach or for Kelsey or for Reagan, both virtually and in person. So Joshua.
Oh, I was like, where is he?
Thanks for hosting, Rashawn, and thank you to Spectrum Sportsnet for broadcasting today's press conference live.
What?
Yeah. All the stops were thrown out.
Okay.
I'm so happy to be here. It's an extraordinary day for the Sparks. We're going to start with questions from the media in the room first, and then we'll go to Zoom. Please raise your hand, and when called on, state your name and affiliation and whom you're directing the question toward. Jackie?
Hi, Jackie Ray with Jackie Ray TV and Women's Hoops Network. Kelsey, this is for you. I got my side eye. I see De'Erica over there kind of emotional. What was your first conversation with De'Erica?
Hi, Jackie. Thanks for being here. You know, Dee and I have always had just a true bond. And so I think that we both knew. I just remember the first time we kind of just like both kind of looked at each other and were like, it's almost like a nod. You don't really need to say much. But I'm just so grateful for her friendship and also too just the player that she is and the resilience that she has. You know, we've always had a great connection if you look back on our times in Vegas. You know, me and her playing together, it's just a different level of pace. And so I'm super excited to get back to that. Just also the joy that she plays with. And, you know, I've just always been her biggest fan. And I'm just really looking forward to getting back to that. And just nothing but love.
Nick?
Hey, Kelsey. Nick Hamilton, Nightcast Media. Welcome to LA. Wanted to ask you, just with all of your experiences, obviously championship experiences and things of that nature, what were some of the things that you feel like you can also enhance this team with your skill set? And what was it about this organization that really intrigued you the most to say, this is the place that I need to be?
I think it was first off the vision that Coach had, Coach and Reagan. You know, I think from the beginning, it was just this tone was set of like, hey, listen, this is Coach in particular. Hey, this is what I want. This is obviously our style of play. I'm very familiar with it. Also playing in college, but then watching Utah, because I watch a lot of college basketball still, and just seeing what she's done with that program, the way she's elevated it with, you know, no offense, but, you know, like sub-level talent in a way. No, I'm serious. And so just how they've always overperformed. And, you know, just her style, I think it matches perfectly with my skill set. So that was first and foremost. And then I also just think just the vision that Reagan has and the culture and the talent of what they already have and what they needed. And, you know, for someone like me, it's just a perfect mix of preparation and opportunity. You know, I've been chomping at the bit to get the opportunity to be able to lead and show, you know, who I am as a player on a different scale. And so I'm just really excited about that. And I've never been more ready. And, you know, I think some people might be surprised, but no one that really knows will be.
Sabrina?
Hey, Sabrina Merchant, The Athletic. Hi, Kelsey. Good to
Hey.
see you in LA.
Good to see you.
For Reagan, actually, spoke so glowingly about Kelsey. Just in the arc of this franchise, what was it that gave you the confidence to go all in on Kelsey and make this big move for this season?
Well, I think a lot of people, and I feel like what might be behind your question when you say all in, the number 2 pick. And what I would say is our focus was, it's Kelsey Plum. It's who she is and how she's shown up. You know, the courage that she competes with and leads with and presents with, it's so consistent. to be able to have, again, not just her skill set, but that confidence and leadership and ability here in LA, we're pushing our chips in. And, again, her wanting to be here is tremendous for us as well. I think also just strategically thinking we needed to improve our backcourt. That was, something that was a clear offseason goal of ours. And the style of play that Lynn plays, as she's referenced, I thought this was a great match for that. I think it's really hard, and no one can attest to this more than most recently than Cameron and Rakia, to come in as a rookie and to ask a young rookie point guard to come in when we want to win now and the style of basketball that we want to play and the standard of excellence that the LA Sparks is and will continue to be. I think we just kept feeling like all roads pointed to Kelsey. And we had zero hesitation in doing what it took to make sure Kelsey was sitting right here today.
Edwin Garcia, Silver Screen and Roll. Kelsey, my question is regarding that young core. There's Rakia, there's Cameron Brink, obviously Ray Burrell. What is it about this young core, that young group, that stands out to you?
I think their versatility. If you go down the line, Cam, I think Cam is a defensive player of the year, just waiting to brew. Rakia is an all-star. Ray Burrell's a tremendous talent, and I think that she could be one of the best two-way guards in the league. So when you look at the versatility, everyone can shoot. They can play multiple positions. They can guard multiple positions. And they're all competitors. They want to win. They want to get better. They want to be great. That, to me, really stood out. And, in this league, your bigs will take you places. I mean, if you look at championship teams down the line, usually your 3-4 are instrumental in making a run, to a championship. And so, just looking at that, I mean, it's the best young front court in the league, and it's not close.
Miriam?
Okay, D-Rob.
Hi, Kelsey. Miriam Swanson with the LA Daily News.
Oh.
Hey, welcome to LA. You mentioned sort of coming here, or coming to Sparks games when you were a kid, and from what I understand, all you ever wanted to do was play in the WNBA, right? What would have today meant to that kid to have Kelsey Plum up there and have it be KP Day and be tasked with being the leader of this organization?
Yeah, I mean, I would say I'm still that kid, and just I think it's a full circle moment. Again, I just feel so grateful because it's like God really does direct your steps, and a lot of times we don't really understand why or where we're going, but then you look back, you're like, oh, He had it planned the whole time. It's actually funny. My boyfriend gave me for Christmas a bunch of candles from different cities, and I kind of put them in just different rooms of the house, and I looked over one day and just like LA was sitting right next to my bed. It's like Los Angeles candle. And I was like, that's not a coincidence.
Good job, Noah.
But it's just funny to me because it was on my spirit for a while, and now I look back now and it makes perfect sense.
We're going to start with Dave Yapkowitz and then down the line in the row.
Hey, David Yapkowitz from Clutch Points. I actually have two questions, one for Kelsey, one for Coach. For Kelsey, I feel like past couple seasons, obviously playing alongside Chelsea Gray, that we may not have gotten to see, your own playmaking game and your ability to be kind of a lead facilitator. Just in what ways do you see coming to this team being able to kind of unlock that a little bit more?
Yeah, I really appreciate that question. I've learned a lot playing with Chelsea. I think that she's one of the best at being able to run a team, and then also has a great feel for who needs the ball and just threading the needle, right? We've seen tremendous passes from her. And I know my style is a little bit different, but you're right. I definitely have a lot more in the tank. I've always been kind of shifted to the two guard because of my ability to shoot and play off the ball, which is great. But I also think in Coach's system, it's a little bit more positionless, and we'll be able to see a lot more of my ability to get people involved. I mean, I plan to be definitely one top 5 in assists this year, and it's because I get the opportunity to do it. So playing the two guard, it can be difficult at times to try to have that type of usage to get people involved in the same way, but I do know that for me, I know I have the ability to get to the paint and paint and spray. I mean, I made the Olympic team as a point guard. I think people forget that sometimes. But no, I'm excited, again, for this opportunity because I do know that that's something I've worked tremendously hard at and excited to show it.
And for Coach, I think I remember a couple of years ago at Pac-12 Media Day, you were talking about the transfer portal. It hadn't gotten as big as it has
Bring
now.
that up. We're past that.
But
I left that.
I'm just kind of curious as to how did that, being able to navigate the transfer portal just kind of help you transition into your first WNBA free agency period?
Yeah, that's a great question. And actually, Reagan and I talked about that. I do think free agency is very much like recruiting and in the transfer portal. So have experience in that. It's basically the same. It's all compacted into a short time. And there's players out there that you just have to have that conversation with them, or 2 or 3. And that's how it was with Kelsey. And just painting the vision of how we would use her and how we would see her. It's recruiting. Right? So have experience in that as well.
Kari.
How you all doing? Congratulations, everyone. It's Kahari Jones with Motivated Purpose. This question's for Kelsey. When the Sparks made the announcement, shortly after, you had made a post, and you can just tell the excitement and the energy that's just coming off just what you were saying. Can you talk about your initial reaction when you first found out that you were coming to the Sparks?
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like an overwhelming sense of love, I feel like open arms. I was actually in the airport this morning, and I was just getting some water, and the guy was like, "Go Sparks!" It's just I feel that. So I'm excited about that because I really do feel like people have kind of already wrapped their arms around me. I haven't even played a game yet. Just the welcoming of my teammates and coach and Reagan and ownership. I feel very loved already, yeah, I mean, I really do appreciate my time in Vegas. I've learned a ton. Grateful for just the memories and really just like the character that's been built there. I know winning championships is not easy, and there's a lot of lessons that you can't really learn until you're in the fire yourself. So I plan to bring a lot of that here. But yeah, I mean, to answer your question, just extremely excited and just a ton of love.
Last 2 questions in the room. Lauren.
Lauren Jones, Lojo Media, right next to him. Hi, congratulations. My question, you mentioned just a moment ago, and you mentioned in a recent interview about, you're fueled by fire and refined by fire. What kind of fire do you expect to bring to this Sparks team? And also, with taking a step forward with your leadership, how exactly do you plan to execute that for the buy-in of the team?
I mean, I definitely play a little fiery, competitive, but the best basketball is always with just a ton of joy, and I plan to bring that just throughout, competing on the court, off the court. I know for me, you only go as far as you bring people, and good tides like rise the ship. I know that my ability to be able to help my teammates grow and put them in positions to be successful is going to be the reason that we're able to win games in this league. Winning games in this league is tough. Doesn't matter who you play, home, away. And so I know that we have a ton of talent. And, I think my style of leadership is competitive, but it's also just very empowering. And I plan to bring that to a young team that's very hungry to win.
Mark, last question in the room.
Hi, Mark Medina with Sportskeeda. This is for Coach Roberts. Given the talent that both Kelsey and Cam have, what do you expect they can form as a duo in terms of chemistry?
Well, I think a lot of that's going to fall on Kelsey's shoulders in terms of, leading the way. I have so much confidence in Cam and who she will, who she is and who she will become. She's going to be a huge corner piece for us. But I think it's going to take a guard like Kelsey that's going to have the ball in her hands a lot, to show her how to, get involved and be as dominant as she can be. But yeah, I think we've got, along with Cam and Rakia and again, there's a lot of them. I think De'Erica and Kelsey, and I'm going to rely on them a lot to show the way, and like Kelsey said, the high tide rises all ships. If those two have the leadership expectation that I know they have, it's going to be a good season. It's going to be a winning season. And like I said, I'm not shying away from that. I want to win. And, Kelsey being here gives us a really good chance of that.
We'll go to Zoom for the final two questions. We'll start with Alexa Philippou from ESPN.
Hi, all. Thanks for having us over Zoom. Kelsey, this question's for you. You mentioned, obviously, the experience that you got winning 2 WNBA championships previously. This is a franchise that hasn't reached that mountaintop in a long time, but obviously, based off these answers, wants to get back there. So what are the things specifically, I guess, that you feel like as a leader, as a previous champion, that you want your teammates to know that they have to do to be able to get back? What are the specific things you think you can help them instill in them to, have the Sparks reach that glory once more?
Yeah, I think for me, it's always been leading by example. So it's just a level of consistency every day as a pro. In these days, we get caught up in how we feel. Not saying that's not important, but it really doesn't matter how you feel when you're a leader. You got to show up and lead. And a lot about that is self-sacrifice. So just anything I can do to help my teammates get better. I think in addition to just being consistent, there's just a level of competitiveness that has to be consistent every day. I know for me, what I've learned on the best teams I've played on, everyone's competitive, 1 through 12. And it's in everything. It's in every drill. It's every practice, every film session. That's a culture, and that's what Reagan was talking about earlier. Is that culture we're building is it's really contagious and it's extremely important. And then other than that, just having fun. This is a short stint in life, and just really making the most of this opportunity. And we all play better and really enjoy ourselves when we're having fun and doing what we love. So just a combination of those things. And I'm not really going to talk about it. I'm going to be about it. So that's kind of where I'm at with it.
We'll go to Jackie Powell for the last question on Zoom.
Hi, all. Congratulations on this day. Just a question for Kelsey. You came from a place in Las Vegas that really valued player health and player experience. I'm just curious what it was about LA that convinced you that the Sparks would also provide a high-quality player experience and amenities.
Great question. First and foremost, I 100% had concerns when I first talked to Coach and Reagan, if we're going to be completely honest. And I will say every step of the way, they have not just met but exceeded my expectations. And I've been treated better than I've ever been as a WNBA player. And I think that, at times, people have their own experiences, but I can speak for myself. This has been first class. And I know that, when this league can continue to grow and, the amenities for players in terms of the CBA and options like that will continue to grow. I know that this franchise is extremely, extremely valuing the opportunity to be able to support players in any way that they can. And I've seen that firsthand. And, obviously as the franchise, we continue to build on this year. And, there's been a lot of change in the last couple of years with, coach and management and things like that. I'm excited to be part of the new wave, and we'll be able to show players that this is a place where LA you want to play.
Thank you, Kelsey. That concludes our Q&A portion of our press conference today. Kelsey Plum, 2-time gold medalist, 2-time WNBA champion, 3-time All-Star, all WNBA, and now a Spark. Time for the jersey presentation, and for that, I'm thrilled to welcome up Sparks managing partner and governor Eric Holloman. Let's see Kelsey in the colors. That concludes our press conference for Kelsey Plum. Thank you to everyone here in attendance and virtually. Also, those of you at home watching via our partners on Spectrum Sportsnet. Kelsey Plum is a Los Angeles Spark. Sparks fly. Good afternoon.